Jo Leute, was geht? Freunde, seid ihr mal zu schnell gefahren? Bestimmt habt ihr keinen Führerschein, deswegen. Aber ja, wir werden uns heute auf dem Kanal von Trend Central Extreme Ways, also extreme Wege, die die Polizei benutzt, um rasende Autos anzuhalten, anschauen. Also ich bin sehr, sehr gespannt. Lasst natürlich gerne ein Like da, abonniert den Kanal. Ich liebe es von diese ganzen, ihr wisst ja, in den Nachrichten wird ja immer diese ganzen Polizeiverfolgungsjagden und so online geladen und jeder darf sich das angucken und es ist halt übelst cool. Ich feiere das extrem und ja, wir schauen uns das Ganze an. Let's go, Leute. Wow, Alter. Yo, das ist doch CJ. Gut, ein bisschen heller, aber das ist CJ. Und das ist Franklins Auto. Franklins Auto. Geil.
Tracks. Police have a few special tricks up their sleeve.
All right, he's off. He's off again, spinning.
Wow.
From spikes to nets to hacking your car's computer, these are the latest traps police have in their arsenal.
Okay.
Spike Strips.
Okay, das ist das erste, Leute. Nagelbänder. Das habe ich lustigerweise nur in GTA Vice City gesehen. Krass, ne? Nur in Vice City habe ich Nagelbänder gesehen. GTA 5 gibt es auch, glaube ich, Nagelbänder, aber sehr, sehr selten.
You can't have a high-speed car chase without at least considering spike strips. They're the classic solution to an age-old inflatable problem. How are you going to keep driving on nothing more than flapping rubber and bare rims? With a simple throw and some expert timing, say goodbye.
Wenn das Timing perfekt ist, dann ist es echt effektiv.
Bye to your back tires as most criminals spin helplessly out of control. It can take a few attempts, but the end result is always the same. Spun out in a ditch with your hands in the air.
High-speed chase, baby. Here we go. Watch this.
Das kann aber ganz gefährlich enden, wenn man es wirklich an eine gefährliche Stelle benutzt. Deswegen muss man darauf achten, die Nagelbänder an eine Stelle nehmen, wo die Autos entweder nicht zu schnell sind oder nicht Gebäude in der Nähe sind.
And that doesn't mean they don't deserve an upgrade, though. Meet the remote-controlled retractable spike strip.
Wow, es gibt auch welche, die sich zurückziehen können. Oh.
Rather than risk being spotted or hit by oncoming traffic, police can operate this tire-shredding device from a distance. And these retractable spike strips can then pull themselves out of the way of the pursuing police officer.
Das ist so krass. Für die Polizei zieht sich das zurück. Aber wer fährt ein Peugeot?
Making sure only the target car is hit.
Bam.
Grappler.
Grappler. Was ist ein Grappler? 20% Zerstörung. Ah, das Ding wird... was macht es?
The grappler. There we go. They got him. They got him.
The grappler device.
They got him.
Fitted to the front of heavy-duty police vehicles, the grappler is an ingenious device that can end a car chase in the blink of an eye.
Jo, das ist ja mal geil. Ey, das sind so richtige Need for Speed Items. Für Need for Speed Polizei Items. So schnappen sie dich.
Two retractable arms fold out with a netting of thick yellow cord attached. And this arrangement's designed to snag onto both the tire and axle, arresting it completely.
Das
The
ist
trick with the
krass.
grappler is getting close, sometimes close enough to touch the other car.
Man muss halt wirklich nah rankommen, ne? Man muss auch unter den Reifen fahren.
Then, it's just a matter of hitting the brakes and letting the tether do its thing.
Boah, yo.
It's especially effective against big trucks when spike strips or other methods fail. They might call it a grappler, but
Also, würde ich es feiern, in Real Life als Polizist für Verfolgungsjagden zu arbeiten? Jo. Ich mag Autofahren. Ich mag's schnell. Rennfahren mag ich. Und vorausschauend fahren und Situationen klären. Mag ich. Das mache ich in Videospielen die ganze Zeit. Also, ja.
pretty sure it's just a lasso for cars.
Wow. Okay. Destruction Score ist, glaube ich, der Prozentsatz, wie viel Schaden verursacht werden kann.
If you see a bit of mesh on the road ahead, you probably wouldn't think twice before running over it. Well, if it's the X-Net, it'll tangle up your tires and axles, bringing you to a sudden stop in just seconds.
Warum hat das 70% Destruction Score? Weil das Auto dann unbrauchbar wird, oder?
Hidden amongst the net are tiny spikes which not only shred the tires, but lock in and pull the rest of the net tighter, strangling your car into submission in under 20 seconds. It won't just work on small cars either. There's up to 10 tons of stopping power in a single net.
Wow. Sogar ein LKW kann das Teil aufhalten. Wahnsinn.
Crook Hook.
Das ist krass.
With a name like that, you could be forgiven for
Was
thinking
ist das
police are
denn? Leute, was sind das für Gadgets? Ey, ich spiele so viele Need for Speed Teile und nicht einmal gab es solche Gadgets. Warum benutzt das Need for Speed nicht?
fishing for criminals. Looking at
Die Polizei war in dem neuen Need for Speed sowieso absolut overpowered. Das ist die schlimmste Polizei, die ich jemals hatte. Und du hast viel zu hohes Level bekommen. Also ich habe das Spiel gemocht, ne? Ich habe es gefeiert, das Game. Aber ich habe Heat. Heat war für mich ein perfektes Need for Speed. Das hat auch eine gute Story und so.
the hooks mounted to the front of this police car, it all starts to make sense. Police just have to ram the rear of the criminal's car before letting the hooks clamp onto the chassis.
Ja, das funktioniert aber nicht bei jedem Auto.
Even if you're driving a front-wheel drive, when the crook hook has you, you're not going anywhere. RF Safe Stop.
0% Destruction Score. Okay.
RF Safe Stop technology
Ist das EMP?
has to be the closest thing to real-life Jedi powers. Using a target deactivation emitter, anything that gets close to the device begins to lose power, eventually coming to a complete stop.
What?
The car safely coming to a complete stop, allowing DPS to move in, taking the
Warum rammt der den? Hä?
driver into custody.
It doesn't just work on the road either. This device will stop anything on land, on the water, and even in the air. It's the ultimate stop following me device.
Wie funktioniert das? Wie funktioniert das Teil? Ey, das bremst einfach einen ab. Aber was bremst es? Die Reifen, den Motorkolben, die Bremsen? Was macht das Teil, dass die Autos bremsen?
Thorn barriers. Mobile hedgehog barriers might be a recent addition to the police's arsenal, but the concept is far from a new one. Also nicknamed thorn barriers, we can actually trace these bad boys back to the Second World War, where they were used extensively by the Czechoslovakian army. They were crucial in protecting areas from advancing tanks and trucks. Surprisingly effective, the four-pronged design wreaks havoc on tank tracks, truck tires, and anything else dumb enough to try and drive
Das macht ja alles kaputt.
over them. Mobile spike. This police invention is straight out of an episode of Wacky Wheels. When you don't have time to
Das ist doch Mad Max. Ey, yo.
deploy spike strips ahead of a speeding criminal, the next best thing can be mounted to the front of your police car. With the flick of a button, a single spike strip ejects from the front bumper and can be used to pop
Alter, das sieht so witzig aus, aber irgendwie auch gruselig, ne? Bam! Laserschwert. Piu!
the back tires. In under a minute, the tire's completely flat and the chase is over.
Also ich verstehe ja, dass es solche Sachen gibt, aber ich habe so viele Videos gesehen, wo die Polizei rein gar nichts macht. Nur verfolgen. Stundenlang. Und die benutzen keine solcher Gadgets. Höchstens ein normales Nagelband. Aber wenn die solche Sachen haben, warum nicht irgendwas davon auf jedes Auto packen? Verstehe ich nicht.
Vehicle arrestor. It looks like nothing more than a flimsy mesh net that they use as a finish line in running races, but the vehicle arrestor packs a serious punch.
Bro, das Ding macht ja alles kaputt. Das Ding ist komplette Zerstörung.
Reinforced with steel rope, this netted barrier can absorb massive amounts of
Auto reflektiert. Boing. Trampolin.
energy before snapping back with incredible force. It doesn't matter if you're a small car or massive semi-trailer at full speed. Nothing's getting past this impenetrable net of doom. And the best part, when it's not in use, the vehicle arrestor hides neatly underneath a small groove in the ground and can be driven over normally. Pit maneuver.
Ah, das machen sie, glaube ich, ab und zu auch.
When you're out of fancy gadgets and high-tech tracking devices, sometimes you gotta go old school. The absolute OG of police car chase tactics is the pit maneuver. Done right, and you can end the chase in a matter of seconds. Done wrong, however, and it's a recipe for disaster. From the rear, police nudge the side of your criminal's car, sending into a controlled 180-degree spin before coming to a stop. If you've played GTA, you've probably performed the maneuver countless times to win a race.
Ja, ich hasse die Leute, die bei einem Rennen genau dieses Manöver machen und dich wegdrehen. Es ist so assi. Aber ja, Das ist ein gutes Manöver.
Once done successfully, other police cars can then box the criminal in and make an arrest. But sometimes
Es sei denn, du schaffst es, eine 360-Grad-Drehung zu machen.
things don't go to plan. Too much of a push, and the other car can end up spinning out into oncoming traffic or flipping on its roof. Or you attempt the maneuver too fast and both cars can end up totaled. And while either failure does technically end the car chase, the whole point is to not cause collateral damage. Modular vehicle barrier. When you need instant stopping power on large commercial vehicles, these modular vehicle barriers have it all. They might not look like much, but
Yo, das ist straight out of Rocket League, oder wie?
hit them at full speed and they'll destroy your front tires
Das ist ein Katapult!
and buckle the underside of your truck in an instant. Not even semi-trailers stand a chance against these easily deployed barriers that can make any
Weißt du, die wollen nicht nur, dass die Verfolgungsjagd endet. Nein, die wollen dich straight in den Himmel rein katapultieren oder in die Hölle.
vehicle stand up straight in terror. Fortunately, you'll only find these modular vehicle barriers used as a last line of defense. Often in extreme
Das sah ja sehr unspektakulär aus.
circumstances like the threat of war. Tire killer.
Oha.
This is what happens when you put teeth on a driveway.
Bam,
Nicknamed
bam.
road spikes on steroids, the above-ground tire killer does exactly as its name suggests. When retracted, it just looks like your run-of-the-mill speed bump. But one quick button press from the guard station and multiple Teflon quills pop up, ready to shred your rubber into oblivion. With just one puncture, the tire killer will deflate your tires in less than 5 seconds flat.
Boah.
Nighthawk.
Also ja klar, es ist der einfachste Weg. Einfach die Reifen zerstören. Ja, nur auf einem Weg, dass es nicht kaputt, also dass es nicht unkontrolliert zum Bremsen kommt.
This device is the ultimate in remote spike strip deployment. While remotely deployed spike strips aren't exactly a new invention, the Nighthawk comes with some cool tech upgrades. For starters, the officer holding the remote control can be up to 150 feet away, making sure he's out of the criminal's sight. Secondly, a powerful blast of compressed air
Das ist schon ein gruseliger Koffer. Das würden Verbrecher nicht unbedingt in Betracht ziehen, dass das jetzt ein Nagelband ist.
deploys the spike strips
Ja.
completely in less than a second, making it much more efficient than other models.
Cool.
And finally, after striking its target, the Nighthawk self-retracts, making it safer for any officers following.
Das ist cool.
Star Chase. Depending on
Was?
who you root for in a police car chase,
Hey, das ist ein T-Shirt-Werfer.
the craziest ones often end up with the bad guys losing the cops with some sort of expert driving and risky maneuvers. While with the Star Chase, there's no such thing as a getaway car, because the cops will be able to track you from anywhere.
Ah, das ist ein GPS-Sensor. Ah, ja gut. Was löst es? Autowechseln.
Mounted to the front of the police car, the Star Chase is actually a GPS tracker attached to a low-powered harpoon-like device. When a police car gets close enough, the officer flicks a switch and the tracker's fired like a bullet into the rear of the criminal's car.
Und was macht man in dem Fall? Jetzt ganz einfach. Man nimmt ein bisschen Abstand, ja, um zu suggerieren, dass er entkommt. Dann beruhigt er sich, parkt das Auto irgendwo und dann ist die Polizei direkt da, weil sie weiß, wo das Auto ist.
Rather than following criminals at 100 miles an hour, police can now follow them from a safe distance and catch them when they least expect it. And
Genau.
with an 85% apprehension rate compared to 72% without the device, it's clear it works.
Boah, das klebt ja
HTI
richtig.
Raptor.
Das ist der heftigste, Leute. 100% Destruction Score. 100%. Das ist etwas, was du in BeamNG sehen würdest.
Stopping something dead in its tracks, few barriers work better than a good old-fashioned bollard. While a concrete block is generally more than enough to stop unwanted intruders, the HTI Raptor takes
Alter, das Teil ist eine Zerstörmaschine.
entry denial to a whole new level. Featuring a curved metal bollard concealed underground, the HTI Raptor can be deployed in an instant to absolutely destroy the front end of anything that runs in.
Das hat nichts mehr mit Anhalten zu tun. Ja, rechts ranfahren, anhalten. Das hat etwas mit wir wollen die Sicherheit des Landes verteidigen. Ich glaube, solche Sachen werden am Weißen Haus irgendwie aufgestellt.
Into it. It's the ultimate
Kann
case
ich
of
mir denken.
talk to the hand, because the face ain't listening. Zombie cars.
Zombie
Remember
Cars?
in The Fate of the Furious when hackers commandeered a whole fleet of cars to take out a VIP motorcade? Sounds far-fetched. Well, not exactly. With the rise of internet-connected vehicles and smart driving systems, the possibility for mischief is becoming increasingly apparent. Hackers have demonstrated how they can remotely control systems in a Jeep Cherokee, disabling everything from the AC to the brakes and even the engine itself. Fortunately, police can use this to their advantage, especially when cars are controlled by OnStar.
Okay, engine's dead. We're moving backwards now.
A quick call to the service provider, and police are able to remotely slow down your car to a complete standstill, making for the easiest arrest of the century.
Ach so, okay, damit man den Verbrecher einfach anhält. Okay, cool. Okay, Leute, das waren auf jeden Fall die Sachen. Was fandet ihr davon am krassesten? Ich muss sagen, das Teil, was die Reifen so zusammen, hier, piu, ein Laserschwert, ich feiere das. Also Leute, ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen, lasst ein Like da, abonniert den Kanal, wir sehen uns im nächsten Video wieder. IDs raus und rein und ciao!